All right, guys, today we're going to talk about 1031 exchanges. What is a 1031 exchange? 1031 exchange is the best way for you to hyper accelerate the performance of your real estate portfolio and double up your possible returns. It gives you a way to build your portfolio at a rapid pace. So what a 1031 exchange actually is a way to sell off one of your rental portfolios, defer your long-term capital gains, and roll it into a new investment. By rolling in your deferred capital gains, it allows you to purchase a bigger property with higher cash flow potential and increase your portfolio's overall cash flow potential. So there's some key steps and rules in a 1031 exchange that you have to follow to take advantage of this tax deferment. The first is you do not handle any of the sale money or any of the exchange money. It goes to a 1031 exchanger. How you find that exchanger are there's large companies like Fidelity National Title has an exchange program, and they handle the sale, the handling of funds, and relocation of the funds into their new investment. Let them touch the money. The other rule is once you're selling your asset, you only have 45 days from when you sell that property to identify that next property. It's very important that you have that property identified so you don't sell your current rental property and not be able to obtain the next one. So make sure you identify in 45 days. So what does this all mean? We're going to walk through an example right now and show you how a 1031 exchange can increase your cash flow at a rapid pace. Okay, so we're going to take this real life example. So let's say you purchased a property, a rental property, 2 years ago for $100,000. You put $20,000 into the property, so your total basis is $120,000 at this point. Let's say on that single family rental, you're collecting $1,500 a month in income. Not a bad deal. 120, you're making $1,500. Now let's say over that 2-year period, the property goes up, it appreciates in value, and now you can sell it for $200,000 on the market. That's a net gain of $80,000 or $70,000 after selling cost. So we have a net gain of $70,000. We would be subject to a 20% tax on this on a long-term gain, which would be $14,000. So by setting up a 1031 exchange, instead of paying the government that $14,000 as income, we'll pay that later down the road, and we're going to optimize this as the down payment towards our next property. So what we're doing then from there is, let's say we have $70,000 in gain. That's going to get us on a 25% down purchase or 20 to 25% purchase around roughly about a $300,000 to $310,000 purchase on the next leg. So let's say we purchase a duplex now for $300,000. We're taking our gain right here from $70,000. We're using that as all the money that we have to put in as our down payment. So we have $0 out of pocket from here. And now let's say that duplex is renting out for 2 units are now getting $1,400 a month. So our combined rent now is $2,800 a month, which is an increase of almost 80% on my income by just trading my equity and increasing my cash flow. So essentially I'm selling a $200,000 house that's collecting $1,500 in income. I'm deferring all my gains, putting no money further out of my pocket, and I'm trading it into an asset that's now paying me $2,800 a month with no money out of pocket. So I've increased my cash flow by almost $1,300 a month. Now, if I do that 10 times with 10 single-family homes that I started originally, that's going to increase my cash flow by nearly $12,000 to $15,000 a month with putting $0 extra dollars in the property. Always want to evaluate what's going on, what's your current income, and also what's your current equity. I hear a lot of investors come in my office and they say, "Hey, I got all these properties with equity." So what? Equity is only good when you use it and capitalize on it. The 1031 exchange allows you to capitalize on it and increase your cash flow without putting any money in. So one major benefit that's often overlooked with 1031 exchanges, again, people buy these single family houses, they have a bunch of equity in them, they love their equity, they're not maximizing their cash flow. But the one thing people also need to think about is starting over your depreciation schedule. Your property typically is fully depreciated after 10 years. That's your tax benefit right there. So the key is once you have a lot of equity, and let's say you're 60% of the way depreciated, when you 1031 exchange into that new property, that resets your basis to where you can start writing off the full amount of that building again. So not only does it save monies on the short-term capital gains, it saves money on your on how you pay taxes at the end of the year with a depreciating schedule.